Welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Market Minute. My mission is to help you better understand the latest trends in the U.S. real estate market and share with you my analysis and industry expertise. I want to help you gain an advantage and feel confident whenever you're buying and selling real estate. I'm your host, Mark Salib. I'm a passionate real estate professional, advisor, and investor, and I love what I do. Follow and DM me on Instagram at The Salib Group. Send me an email, mark@thesalibgroup.com. And as always, thank you for tuning in to today's show. All right, folks, welcome to this very special episode of Expert Minute. In today's show, we're featuring Anibal Torres. Anibal's been in the industry as a senior mortgage consultant, as a mortgage advisor now for 10 years. He's been featured on the Wall Street Journal, as well as interviewed on Univision Spanish television. Anibal is my go-to guy when it comes to my questions that I have about interest rates, mortgage rates, and where things are headed next. Listen up. He's really, really good, and I think you're going to enjoy where he thinks rates are going next, and he'll give you a little bit of background too, and important why as to where he thinks rates are going. I found very, very interesting. So just take a listen to Anibal Torres. And go ahead and check him out on Instagram. That's at A Torres Lender, ATORRES Lender. Very educational stuff. He's always putting out great stuff on his Instagram. And you can send him an email at CMGHomeLoans.com. Reach out to him. He's a great guy and knows so much with a ton of experience about this industry.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for having me on Expert Minute. So my name is Anibal Torres. I'm a senior mortgage loan officer with CMG Financial. Been in the mortgage industry now for 10 years, and prior to that, my background is in banking, private banking, and business banking. And what I do is I focus on really two things. The bulk of my business is with people buying for primary residence, first-time home buyers, and also investors. I work with a lot of investors that are looking to get properties as a way of diversifying their portfolio in real estate investing. What's going on with rates? What has been going on with rates, and where are we headed? So since late 2025, about 6 months ago, after being much higher earlier in 2025, rates have eased, or they had eased, into the low to mid 6 range. By late October, they were around 6.17, 6.25, and which were the lowest rates in over a year, right? Then December came around, the new year, and getting into the springtime around February, rates kept grinding lower, and right around when we were getting into really the peak of spring, right? We had the rates hovering near 6% to 6.1, hitting a multi-year low. In late February, the average 30-year even slipped to just briefly below 6 for like a moment. I remember that was in March, late February, early March, right before the Iran war broke out. So since early spring, they've drifted back up into the mid-6s as inflation data has come in a bit hotter, and the Fed has signaled patience on cutting rates. Bond yields rose on geopolitical and oil price worries. And then, recently Freddie Mac and bank rate has been putting the 30-year around mid-6 range, roughly 6.3 to 6.5 for the time being. But now we are getting a new Fed chair. It's already been done. It's approved, Kevin Warsh. And, we think that he's going to be a little bit more dovish, meaning he will probably cut rates maybe once or twice this year. Can he be influenced by Trump? Maybe. But at the end of the day, I think he will still operate with integrity and will do what's best. Yeah, so right now what we're probably looking at is a sustained mortgage interest rate environment, anywhere between, I think that on the low side, maybe we could get down to the low sixes again, 6.1, 6.2. And on the high side, 6.6, 6.6, 6.7. I mean, we're hovering in that range. Unfortunately, due to the situation that we have going on with Iran, that's fairly inflationary. As much as Donald Trump would love for our new Fed president Kevin Warsh to cut rates, I just don't really see that happening. So we're kind of in between a rock and a hard place where we would love to cut rates. The job market is still strong and stable, but, oil being where it is at, over $100 a barrel, that's going to make it difficult to cut interest rates because that just makes everything more expensive. I mean, oil is, it's just amazing how many things oil affects. I mean, every facet of our life, not just the gas that we put in our car, but, the production of food and plastics and, all these things get more expensive. So that's where we are with that. And that's where I believe we're going to be through 2026. But, we could see some improvement beginning of 2027. Maybe we could be back below the 6% handle and into the high fives by second quarter of 2027.
All right, folks, hope you enjoyed that from Anibal Torres. I really liked what he discussed there when it came to Kevin Warsh, the new appointee for federal Fed chairman. And yes, handpicked by the president himself. And so, we'll see, but just based on that and my expectation that inflation will continue to cool or at least stabilize from what we've seen from this exogenous event and the spiking of oil, I totally agree. I could completely see us get back to the low 6% range, even the high fives towards the end of this year and into early next year. Again, assuming no other shocks to the economy. But I think Anibal, he's great and he nailed it. Check him out. Really good stuff. Again, very educational. This is a guy, he's been featured on Univision, as I said. Wall Street Journal, knows his stuff. At A Torres Lender on Instagram. Email him, atorres@cmghomeloans.com. All of this will be in the show notes, so you can just check it out there. Hope you enjoyed today's edition of Expert Minute with Anibal Torres. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. And as always, if you have questions or need specific advice, ideas, or just some help regarding your particular real estate needs or situation, or if you're just looking to buy or sell real estate in Florida, well then DM me on Instagram at The Salib Group, or just send me an email to mark@thesalibgroup.com. Don't forget to leave a rating for the show, follow, subscribe, help others find the show, and be informed and educated about the real estate market just like you. Until next time. Before we end today's show, stop what you're doing and subscribe right now to Real Estate Market Minute Plus. Listen to all episodes ad-free. Get exclusive bonus episodes and content and help support the show's growth, longevity, and future improvements. Go to realestatemarketminute.supercast.com right now. You can also find the link in this episode's show description. Check it out. I know you'll love it.